Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be doing a raised bed, garden bed. We've done 3 of them already, and I've got 1 more to do. So I figured I'd share that with you guys. Maybe some people are interested in it. Not sure how to set one up, so we'll get everything ready to go, and I'll show you how I set up these raised garden beds. This first part here is going to be pretty simple. Now this is a old metal bathtub. It was used for watering cattle with many years ago, but it's got a drain hole here which will help keep too much water building up inside this tub when we put our soil and stuff in it. So but we got to protect that drain a little bit so it don't get completely sealed off on us. We're just going to take some rocks, make us up a little something here to try to keep this from getting completely closed off on us. There, that should help protect our drain and help the water seep out of there. All right, part 2, we're going to take some old, fairly rotten pieces of wood, like little logs. Some of the stuff's quite punky. We're going to line the bottom with this stuff. Now these will actually help provide long-term nutrients in that soil for whatever we plant in there to feed off of. Pretty simple and easy to do and quite effective. All right, we've got our little barrel right here. So I'm just going to start grabbing some of this stuff. Maybe I'll just take care of that little section there first. That way I got the best selection of pieces of the wood I want to work with right there. Let's see, let's get us another small piece if we got it. There we go, this will probably work just fine. Okay, now we're simply just going to put this in here. And I'm not like super worried about like, covering every square inch of this. There could be some gaps, which is fine. Important thing is we just relatively cover this bottom up. That way we got nutrients constantly going into the soil. And that will definitely help feed anything we plant in here over a longer term period. Looks like I may actually got more than I needed, but that's no big deal. Rather have too much than not enough, as the saying goes. We're just about done here, guys. It didn't take very long at all. Most of this wood was from stuff that we use for fires, like a campfire around a burn ring. So a lot of this is just old stuff that never got used. It's been, in the ground, laying there at the bottom of the stack for quite a long time. So it's pretty well in a state of decomposition there, which is already in the process of primarily breaking that material down. So a lot of the hard work's already done. Now then, I've got a lot of leaves and about 4 40-pound bags of topsoil. Pretty cheap, about $2.99 for a 40-pound bag up here in my area. So what I'm going to do is take the leaves and the topsoil. I'm going to mix a little bit of leaves per bag of topsoil here, and it's not going to be a whole lot, maybe 1 or 2 shovels. We're going to mix that up in our wheelbarrow, and then we'll take that and we're going to put what we mix up there in our tub. So let me see if we can get you guys in a good shot here. All right, that should do it. Okay, guys, real simple. we're going to just take a knife here. We're going to score this plastic bag. Then I'm going to simply dump the plastic bag of topsoil into our wheelbarrow. Now then, get my multi-tool out of the way. Now I'm simply just going to take a shovelful. This is pretty compact. I got this out near a ditch line, and I didn't get a very good one, so I'll maybe get another one of those. Now I'm simply going to take the shovel, and if you have like a hoe or anything like that, it'll work just as good to mix this up with. All right, guys, nothing crazy, no fancy tricks, no life hacks. We are simply going to mix the leaves in with this topsoil. And as the same with how the pieces of wood work, now these leaves, as they decay, will impart nutrients and soil into the soil, which will help feed plants and vegetables and stuff that we grow in the raised garden bed. But yeah, pretty simple. Not like I said, nothing fancy here. All right, now I want to repeat the process till my wheelbarrow's full, and I'll come back with you when we're ready to put that into our bathtub garden bed. All right, everybody. We got this thing ready to rock and roll. Now, looks like I can actually get the wheelbarrow up there and maybe dump a bunch of this without having to shovel it, which is fine by me. Let's work. Take your shovel. Try to level this out just a little bit. Alright, there we go thus far. I'll get this thing topped back off here, guys, and get back to you, and we'll see what the finished product looks like. Okay, guys, it's just about finished. Level that out just a little bit better. Pretty big bathtub. This one took a little bit more bags than the other ones we set up, but for most part, there she is. Pretty simple, and though I understand a lot of people probably ain't going to have a lot of used bathtubs, you can do the same thing with 5-gallon buckets. We've had success with those in the past. Pretty simple setup. We use right now a liquid spray that's a deer and rabbit repellent around these to keep the animals out of it. So real quick, we'll go take a look at the previous ones we made. Okay, here we go. Here's one. The plants in it seem to be doing quite well. This one here is actually the first one set up. Has some tomatoes and cucumbers. Now, if you are curious about the fencing here, even the cucumbers, like the tomatoes, will actually grow up onto that, and it helps keep them from weeping over and being such a hard mess to sort through later. This one here was done just the other day, maybe even yesterday. His wife came out and planted a few things in there. So pretty simple, but I mean, it does work. So I mean, if anybody's, even if you can't get something like used bathtubs, you can definitely potentially get, like I said, 5-gallon buckets would work just fine. And a note for watering: don't water these things here. I mean to water these in the evening after the sun has set. If you water these and the sun comes up or during midday, it will absolutely fry every green top you see there. It'll destroy it. So if you do these, or even the buckets, make sure you drill holes in the bottom of the buckets so the water can leak out, so that, don't flood out and kill your plants. But be careful with watering, and make sure they get the sunlight they need. That's why we had to cut a bunch of these old willows here by the bank to make room for sunlight. But just careful, don't water these things until the evening when the sun actually goes down. So we're not going to waste the leaf matter I didn't use. She's a little busted, but this is just a small compost bin we got. So we're going to take all them leaves I didn't have to use for our project, fill them in there. Yeah, that's about all of it. Pretty simple business. We do got some food scrap, watermelon rind, potato peelings, some fruits and vegetable stuff that hasn't been fried or cooked or anything like that. No salt added to it, just the scraps. And mix it in with a little bit of that grass. And now a bunch of leaves with some dirt and mud mixed in there. Then it'll be another layer. We'll come by every 3 days or so, 4 days. Take some type of tool, shovel, hoe, whatever have you, and mix this up a little bit. And before you know it, about a year or so, you'll have some pretty high grade, well, basically a compost, almost like a soil, highly nutritious for your gardens. Well, guys, I hope that was informative and helpful. Or if nothing else, you just enjoyed the video. This is something most people can do, and I know a lot of people, situations are to where they can't if you live in a big city. I know some people aren't even allowed to have window-sill plants anymore. It's kind of terrible. But if you're able to do anything like this, like I said, you can downgrade it into bucket size and grow some vegetables for yourself. With that, thank everybody very kindly for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment. Try to work on getting the channel to grow more. So any comments and likes and sharing the video that you guys do really helps me out. And with that, I'll see y'all in another video.